Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahak Wadash, the honors to the apostles and elders in Great Millstone who rule well, teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity. Brothers who's laboring this truth, putting their life on the line, especially in these times. Salutations to you, brothers, and you brothers and you very few sisters believe in this truth wholeheartedly, sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Salaki. Sorry. And Salaki for the fan that's in the background as well. Alright, so if you look over this article, the Spirit and Power Yahbashim Yahshai, I'll be able to put it in the description after I'm done with this video. You can read it entirely yourself. But as you can see, it says, the UN chief calls for new era of social media integrity and bid to stem misinformation. And if you go through it, it just brings out some highlights. It highlights some points. I'm gonna highlight some points, but you can go through it as well. Let me go. The first is like the connecting. Okay, let me jump down there. It says, yet these same digital platforms. I'll read the first paragraph and then I'll jump down. Digital platforms, which include social media channels, search engines, and messaging apps, are connecting billions of people across the planet, with some 3 billion users of Facebook alone. Right? And then I'm going to jump down. It says, yet these same digital platforms are being misused to subvert science and spread disinformation and hate, fueling conflict, threatening democracy and human rights, and undermining public health and climate action. Some of our own UN peacekeeping missions and humanitarian aid operations have been targeted, making their work even more dangerous, he said. All right, so let's go where it says under the bold letters, deceitful, dangerous, and deadly. Although misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech are related and overlap, they are a distinct phenomena. Hate speech refers to abusing or threatening language against a group, person, simply because of their race, color, religion, ethnicity, nationality, or similar grounds. You see? So, you see where they're going with this right there. We're going to go some more. But we can already see the tone of this UN chief. You know, and the UN is the United Nations, man. All right, so these governments, they're looking to come together to control the narrative, because we're heading into a time where, you know, the internet, like it says, these platforms, these social medias, they had some benefit to connect people, but it wasn't a benefit to them, because now this information is coming out. But mainly, it's the truth. It's the truth coming out, man. The truth is spreading across the world. You know, you got it's really being a hindrance to their plan. You know, but it's all through the Lord's will, man. This gospel had to be preached to all four corners of the world. But see, eventually, the Lord is gonna cleave the tongue to the roof of the mouths of the prophets, man. And there's gonna be a famine of the word. And I'm gonna grab a few of those scriptures. This is all through the Spirit. I had a spirit to do something else, but then I was just reading through some articles, and you know, this we're gonna go through this. All right, let's keep on reading though. The difference between mis and disinformation is intent. Through the distinction can be difficult to determine. In general, misinformation refers to unintentional spread of inaccurate information, while disinformation is not only inaccurate but intended to deceive. So, you know, when we're going out there speaking the truth, you know, we become their enemy. That's like the scripture says in Galatians. We become their enemy because we tell them the truth. And in our truth, Like their truth is lies to us, and our truth is lies to them. But they wanna feed the world lies, man. Matter of fact, let's I'm gonna get some scriptures, but let's get this precept on that real quick. Again, just flowing through the spirit and power. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Pray this lesson is edifying. As watchmen, we have been tasked to warn our people, man, and let people know. You see, because this grace period is closing up, man. It's closing up, man, and things are moving fast, man. Like the scripture says, that the devil know he has a short time, so he's coming down with a great wrath. And things is moving fast. The days are being sped up. All right. Psalms 55. Matter of fact, no, that's not the one I want. Yep, I know it. Psalm 73. Slack here, brothers. Slack here. Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right? So they're the ones speaking lies. They use these media platforms, which media go into medium. They do their witchcrafts, their sorceries, and that's why you constantly see things on the news repeatedly, right? And you're gonna, as we read further in this article, they're gonna say, look, that's the source, the go-to source to go to for when it comes to information. But see, we know that, they spew nothing but lies, man. Like it says, they. Again, the wicked are estranged from the womb, and they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that's all they do is they spew nothing but lies. All right, let's go back into this article. Regardless, back to it says, regardless, they have all proved to be dangerous and even deadly. So this word is being dangerous and even is dangerous to the elite, man. So they have to shut up this word, man. But ultimately, it's the Lord who's going to put who gave them the power, right? They don't Esau Edom, but gave Esau Edom the power to do these things, man. So this is the grace period. This is the time where the Lord is making His word known, right? He's giving the time so the elect can be activated, and then His word is gonna be shutting. There's going to be no more, for the lack of better words, man. All right, so while traditional media remain an important source of news for most people in conflict areas, hatred spread of digital platforms has also sparked and fueled violence. You see? And that's why this is going to be the accuse of thy brethren. Don't be surprised, man. Speaking as a man, or because they're gonna use people who call themselves Israelites to spark off some violence, man. And it'll be one of the things that they can say to come at us, man. And that's more what I was gonna go to the scriptures. That's what led me to this. Was the persecution that's gonna come down from on top, man, from these the elite officials and their But see, don't be surprised, man, because most importantly, they want to shut up this word, man, because we're talking about all the filthiness and the abominable and all the wickedness and all the sins that this especially here in Babylon, America's the king, the ruler, the one that's the wicked, the one that's in rulership right now, Esau Edom, and all his counterparts, right? Or everybody who had a part, right? We're letting them know who they are. We're letting them know the things that the atrocities they have done, and we're letting our people know who they are and that they are the true children of the living power, man. And we're prophesying the downfall of this place, you know, thermonuclear missiles and lasers from the chariots, man, from the angels on above. So we we are considered, like the brothers in Boston always says, all the ISTs, the racist, extremists, right? The radicalists, the terrorists. That's what they consider us, man, because we're going against the grain. We're going against the information that they want to put out to the public. We're giving them the truth, whether they love us or not, man. See, that's why I said we became enemies because we told them the truth. All right, let's go back into this. Yep. Matter of fact, the report says some digital platforms have faced criticism of their role in conflicts, including the ongoing war in Ukraine. All right, so safer digital space. Given the threat, see, because this is a threat to them, right? The Secretary General has called for coordinated international action to make the digital space safer and more inclusive while also protecting human rights. All right, let me see. Yep, let's get some of that real quick. Constructive responses have largely been lacking. Some tech companies have done far too little to prevent their platforms from contributing to the spread of violence and hatred. So, don't be surprised, man. You're seeing already videos getting shut down, brothers' pages and all their pages being deleted. Man, this, while you can get this word, get it. While you continue to look up things, learn breakdowns, do as much as you can while you can do it. Because eventually, man, this is all gonna go away. And you're gonna only have what you've been given. So this is a time, man. You gotta have a sense of urgency right now, man. To not only get the things but put in that work, man. Because soon, man, we're gonna be taking off the platforms, taking off the streets. This word is going to cease, man. It's gonna be a famine of the word, like the scripture says, man. Matter of fact, since I've been saying it a bunch of times, let me just grab it now. You have to go back to it. Man. The Spirit wanted to come out now, so we're gonna get it now. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh. See, so this grace period, this arm being stretched out forward, that hand being stretched out, as soon as no longer gonna be stretched out, man. That it's gonna be a famine of the word. All right. So let's go. Let's finish reading text. Yep. Let's go back. Constructive responses have largely been lacking. Some tech companies have done far too little to prevent their platforms from contributing to the spread of violence and hatred, while governments have sometimes resorted to drastic measures. See, that was in bold letters. See, the reason why they put that in bold letters, they're giving you some of these words that's bold letters, far too little, coordinated international action, is because these are the things that they let for the average reader who has a short attention span, for the person, their cohort. These are the things that, look at spread of digital of also sparks and full violence. They want you to see these things. They pop out to you, right? Because they letting you know these things is going to happen, man. All right, drastic measures. These happened in the past, and it's going to only continue to become more drastic. All right, including internet shutdowns and bans. They lack any basis and infringe on human rights. See, so don't be surprised if there's a whole internet shutdown and then they set it back up with these type of rules. All right. Let me see if I can get you what we can get right here. The code of conduct. I think when I read that, we can probably, I can leave that for the reader their time. But I go to where it says our common. Here we go. Our common future. All right. Matter of fact, let me see if there's any good. Let's see. Let's read the bold letters. Government should also guarantee a free, viable, independent, and plural media landscape with strong protections for journalists. All right, yeah. Ensure that ads are not placed next to online. Yep. Okay. Yep. Matter of fact, the water y'all watching y'all shot. Meanwhile, digital platforms should ensure. So okay. So they're gonna have a new initiative, right, to come out that they're pushing for, right? Meanwhile, digital, that's the one we seen up here, the coordinated international action that they look to put in place. So they're gonna have more legislation, more laws, right? And I'm gonna show you something again after this. But meanwhile, digital platforms should ensure safety and privacy by design in all products, alongside consistent application of policies and resources across countries and languages. All stakeholders should take urgent and immediate measures to ensure that all applications are safe, secure, responsible, and ethical, and comply with human rights obligations, he added. Advertisers and digital platforms should ensure that ads are not placed next to online mis or disinformation or hate speech, and the ads containing disinformation are not promoted. You see? So these things is they're cracking down on the truth, bottom line. You know, that other stuff that you hear people coming out with, that's all smoke and mirrors, man. That's all distractions. Bottom line, they're cracking down on this word. That's why you have in Utah, they're taking out the Bible. You have in other parts of the world where the Bible's outlawed, right? Because this is the truth, right? This is it. All your answers is in these scriptures, man. That's why you had the Bible Destruction Group who took a portion out of the Bible, a portion, the Apocrypha, right, out of the Bible. All right? Because this has the answers. And when you go through these scriptures with understanding, right, when you've been taught and go through it with understanding, the right understanding, now you'll be able to point out who's the wicked. And you'll be able to point out who the true children of the Most High, man. And that's what they don't want. And then we can also point out the fact that we go into the prophecies, because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the testimony of Yahweh Shai is prophecy, right? So they don't want to hear that this place is going to be destroyed. That this place, they don't want to know that their rulership is, we're pointing out Esau, Edom, the wicked Esau, Edom, and according to the scriptures, Esau, Edom is the end of this age, man. He will be, and it says it even in the Zondervan Bible dictionary. So that's what they don't want. This truth to be spread across the whole world, man. So what they got to do, they got to shut down these social media platforms and anything search engines, and where you're not going to be able to find anything about this truth. All right, let's go to let's read up the last. The policy is brief. Is the latest a series of 11 reports based on proposals contained in our common agenda. The Secretary General 2021 report that outlines a vision for future global cooperation, Slovakia, and multilateral action. This is the part I wanted to get to. They are intended to inform discussions ahead of the SDG summit in September, marking the midpoint towards achieving the sustainable development of goals by 2030 and related summer of the future next year. You see? They've been keep on talking about this 2030. It's 2030. When you go into the World Economic Forum, they talk about this whole new 2030. and that came out years ago, right? Let me see, because I was looking into it. Let's see if I. Yep, let's just go into that. Yep, a contract to transform our world by 2030, right? So these guys want to change the world by 2030, and that's the World Economic Forum. You know, matter of fact, let's go back to here. Matter of fact, we'll get that next. But just to give you the source of that, that's the United Nations, man. This is the UN News. All right, so this is reputable, credible sources, man. All right. So matter of fact, let's go here. Let's go here. All right. And this is and that was matter of fact, that's what I wanted to get. Let's look at the date so you can see the date on this. June 12th, man. Right? What's today? The 15th. So a few days ago. Right? This morning. Well, we just it's early in the morning. All right. So let's go out of here. Let's go into here. This is the date is the 27th of May, 2023. So about 2 weeks ago, right? This BBC News, another reputable, credible source according to them, right? So, because Twitter pulls out a voluntary EU disinformation code. We even remember this past World Economic Forum over there in Davos, Switzerland, right? What happened? You had the one of the leaders over there who was discussing that even America is going to be a part of that, spearheading that disinformation act, and that will soon be here in America, the way they have it over there in the EU. All right, but see Elon Musk, Twitter has pulled out of the European Union's voluntary code to fight disinformation in the EU. I said so. Even if you go through this article, explains that how he's he's not complying. He's not doing what they want him to do. But guess what? What they told him, they eventually look. Twitter will be legally required to fight disinformation in the EU from on the 25th of August. He said, adding, our teams will be ready for enforcement. You see? And that's if you go into that. Matter of fact, let's read a little above it. Thierry Breton, who is the EU's internal market commissioner, announced the news on Twitter, but warned the firm new laws would force compliance. You see, it will force compliance. Obligations remain. You can run, but you can't hide, he said. Twitter will be legally required to fight disinformation in the EU on the 25th of August. He said, adding, our teams will be ready for enforcement. You know, so they haven't conformed to it, but think about it. Twitter's a globe. What they're going to do over there in the EU, they're just going to change. These things is going to be implemented here as well, right? So remember, America has an alliance with EU and NATO, right? But not only that, these companies they're global, platforms. So they're gonna change. They're not gonna just change the law for one part of the world. They're just gonna change the laws for the whole platform. All right. So you're seeing these things being put into place, man, and that's why how they say get it while it's hot. Get it, when you get straight out the oven. This is hot, man. There's nothing hotter than the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Get it while you can, because like we just read in Amos 8 and 11. That there's going to be a famine of the word. There's going to be this grace period of hearing the word, learning who you are, learning the truth, learning your heritage, and being taught and knowing these things. That's a necessity to live, right? Because you have the things that's necessary on the temple, but this is spiritual food, man. And it's soon going to be that this is a warning as well. These warnings, so much is within these scriptures. The history, now, the future, right? It's all in these scriptures, man. And guess what? Learning it and understanding it and someone teaching it to you, on a global platform, on these global platforms, or even to the time where it's gonna be, you will not see us on the highways and byways, man, because these men are gonna come down like madmen, sparing none. I'm gonna do a little lesson on that. I don't want to write the Zal later on today for the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shah. But these they're gonna come at the men of the Lord. So this, not only that, these platforms and these things that they're putting in place is to shut up the word of, to shut up the prophets, man. To shut up the Lord's workers, man. Bottom line, to shut up the ones that's doing the work of the Lord's servants. They're listening, they're paying attention, and this is what it's all about. This, man, because who was one who's told you not to take the juicy juice on a major scale, man? Told you what's gonna happen. These the MOTB that's about to come to play, right? These Third World War is coming to play, and how Esau is going to be taken out of his power seat, man. All right, so they don't want this information to be out there. And guess what? The Lord had it where there was a grace period where everybody had the opportunity for the most part, especially in Babylon, to hear this word. Because we know there's probably somebody in the crevice of the earth that maybe not. And guess what? But the ones that's hearing this Babylon, because like the scripture says, this gospel is going to be preached through all four corners of the earth, man. And that came into fruition when this internet, over the, so, and that's another lesson in its own right. But just to show you, man, we're heading to some times, man. Prophecies are coming to pass. You've seen these things, legislation. You've seen all these things, these governments, these world superpowers, the elite of this world coming together to shut up this word, man. To shut up the prophets of the Most High, man, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right, so these are things that have to come to pass. That's gonna lead to other major prophecies, and the two major prophecies is that MOTB and the Third World War, man. But these things have to come to pass. Jacob's trouble. That's all gonna be part of Jacob's trouble, right? That fiery, that time of Salakia, that trial of temptation. You know what? I don't even want to. I don't know, for some reason. It's a little kind of no excuses. Sometimes it's a little late, but let's go get it. Has nothing to do with it. Always get it out. Revelation 3, the hour of temptation though, but let's get it. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which should come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. It's like that dwell upon the earth, right? So the Lord, that hour of temptation, man, is that MOTB being implemented, and you're not able to have access to any of these resources, food, the things that's necessary for you to eat, right? But guess what? The Lord said He's going to feed His servants. He's going to take care of His servants. But see, that's going to be that hour of temptation, right? But then listen, it says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crime. So there's going to be those men, those reserved men that don't bow down to the image of Baal, that don't take that charagma, man. They don't take that seed to the hip. All right. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. This things are speeding up. You seen what's happening. To hold you long enough, man. I'll try through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shah. I'll put these articles in the description. Call line like Yahweh Shem Shah. Shalom.